Many people wonder how the human brain works. I am proud to be one of those people. I love learning about the human brain and a criminal's brain and how different they are. I know you've heard of the term great minds think alike, and to a point that is actually very true. Normal human brains typically work and look the same as another human brain, but when it comes to criminals, their brains literally look and act differently than a non-criminal's brain. So today I'm going to teach you about how they are different than a regular human. First, let me give you a little background on what a typical human brain is like. Your brain, if you're not a criminal, is made up of two hemispheres. You have the right hemisphere and the left hemisphere. The right hemisphere of your brain controls the left actions of your body. So the whole left side of your body, the right side of your brain controls that. And the right side of your brain is typically the more artistic side of you. The left side of your brain controls the right side of your body and is more logically thinking. So a person who is right side dominant or thinks more with the right side of their brain is more creative and is typically more artistic than someone who thinks with the left side of their brain. Someone who is left side dominant and thinks with the left side of their brain typically thinks more logically and has more knowledge per se. And it is said that if you were to cut your brain in half, literally in half, the right hemisphere and the left hemisphere would be either exactly or almost exactly the same in size, because they work together and need to work together in order to keep you sane. For a criminal, it's not quite the same as that. A criminal, it is proven that a criminal's brain has an 18% smaller frontal cortex. So their brain has, one side is smaller than the other, when it should be the same size and should work together. So they typically do not think logically like a normal human does. That's kind of how a criminal, I guess you could say, is insane. It is proven that most criminals are diagnosed with an antisocial personality disorder. This sets them back from the rest of humankind. They do not associate with people as much, and they do not get that human contact, and they go insane. They do not think the same as another human being. And these disorders, and their brain being a different size than someone else's, causes them to do that. Everyone automatically thinks criminals just don't think the same as we do. Criminals just don't have the right mindset. And yes, that is true, but at the same time, it's not. These criminals do not wake up on a day-to-day basis and think, I'm going to make a wrong decision today, and just go out and create a crime. Their brain is keeping them from making a logical decision, is keeping them from doing the right thing. It is causing them to do these things, which is no excuse for what they're doing, of course. They should still be able to think to themselves, this is wrong, I probably shouldn't do it, but they do it anyways. Criminals are literally born. They can necessarily be made, but they are born. Their brains are different than ours at birth. As they grow, their brains are not growing at the same rate as a normal human brain, and it's not working for them. It is causing them to act differently and to work differently, and that's not good for them. In conclusion, the human brain defines who you are. Your brain makes you move. It decides how to think, what to think, and makes your decisions for you. Your brain is you. And if your brain is not working right, then you're not working right. So a criminal, their brain is causing them to do these things. Their brain is causing them to be offset from humankind. They are different from you and me because their brain is not the same as ours, whether is it in look or as how it works. Their brain is not the same size as ours, which is causing them to think differently than we do, which is causing them to be criminals. So next time that we hear about criminals, we should think and wonder, what is their brain exactly like? What is the size of their brain? And how is their brain working? It'll open your eyes and it'll make you wonder too.